Michael Shikhaniketan Higher Secondary Government-sponsored co-ed English medium school has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
We are going to discuss the second part of current electricity. Earlier we have discussed few terms such as electric current, electric potential, Coulomb's law and electric charge also. So now we will discuss what is potential difference. Potential difference is, according to electric potential, we have learned that the amount of energy needed to take one positive charge from infinity to a point given in electric field is known as electric potential. So electric potential difference is the amount of work done is needed in moving an unit positive charge from one point to another point in an electric field. Suppose this is an electric circuit of two terminals, positive and negative, and to take one positive charge, to move one positive charge from this terminal to this terminal, the amount of work done is needed, that is known as potential difference. So that is denoted by V. Potential difference is denoted by V, and SI units of potential difference is just as the same as electric potential, volt, and the device that measures the potential difference, that is voltmeter. Voltmeter, and electric current, the device that measures electric current, that is ammeter. Now we will discuss the numerical problems related up to these. So the first numerical is a charge of 3000 coulomb flows through an electric circuit in 2 hours 30 minutes. Calculate the magnitude of electric current. So at first the given terms, you have to note the given terms. Given charge passing in the electric circuit is given, that is 3000 coulomb. Next, time. In what time these charges are passing, that is 2 hours 30 minutes. One thing, you have to convert these into second. So 2 hours means 2 into 60 minutes plus 30 minutes, altogether that is 150 minutes. And these 150 minutes is also, you have to convert it into second also. So 150 into 60 seconds. 9000 seconds. As we know, what is the mathematical term of current, mathematical formula of current? Current means the amount of charges passing in unit time. So current is basically Q by T, charge per unit time. So charge is given 3000 and time, that in second you have to write here. Though the charge is given in hours and minutes, you have to convert it into second. So after converting into second, that is 9000 seconds. 1/3, 1/3. So 1/3 means 0.33 ampere. You can write here approx, because this is the approx value, this is not the original value. So what is the magnitude of current? The magnitude of current is 0.33 ampere. It is the answer. Second sum is, if a potential difference of 10 volt causes a current of 2 ampere to flow for 1 minute, how much energy is transformed? How much energy is transformed? So you have to note down at first the given value always. So given 10 volt, potential difference is 10 volt. So PD, short form of potential difference, that is 10 volt. Amount of current So current is equal to 2 ampere and time is equal to 1 minute. For time you have to always convert it into second, not in minutes. So time actually 60 seconds. So the question is how much energy is transformed. So energy, as we know that an amount of energy depends on V and amount of charge. So W is basically, because we learned that V is equal to what? V equals to energy per unit time. V means electric potential. Potential means amount of energy per unit charge. So V, W, we have to find here W. So W is basically V into Q. W is V into Q. So here Q is not given, I and T is given. So as we know that current, I means Q by T. So I need Q. So Q is basically I into T. So V is equal to, replacing this value here, W equals to V into I into T. V is given 10 volt, I is given 2 ampere, T in second is 60. So amount of energy, you have to mention the unit here, SI unit. The SI unit of energy is joule. So this amount of joule, 1200, the answer is 1200. So 1200 joule of energy is needed, is transformed in the electric circuit. This is the answer. So the third sum is how much work done in moving a charge of 2 coulomb from a point at 100 volt, 110 volt to a point at 220 volt. So basically there are two voltages. One is 110 volt, another is 220 volt. So you have to calculate the potential difference between these 2 points. Suppose there are 2 points. One point, potential of one point is, potential of A point is 110 volt, potential of B point is 220 volt. So what is the, you are moving one charge from this point to this point. You are moving one charge to this point and that charge is of 2 coulomb. Q is equal to of 2 coulomb, that is moved from this point to this point. You have to calculate the work done. So basically what is the potential difference? Potential difference between these 2 points, that is 220 volt minus 110 volt is equal to 110 volt is the potential difference, and amount of charge is equal to 2 coulomb. So as we know that V is equal to, potential is equal to W by Q. You have to always remember these terms, these mathematical formulas must be remembered, that V, potential means work done per unit charge. So W by Q is equal to V, and here I need to calculate the amount of work done, that means W. So W is basically cross multiplying V into Q. So V means potential difference. So I can write here VA minus VB. VB minus VA, basically VB is more than VA. So VB minus VA into Q. VB minus VA is 110 into Q means 2. Amount of energy, again SI unit of energy is joule. So the answer is basically 220 joule. So 220 joule of work done is needed to move 2 coulomb of charge from this A point to B point. Now we will learn about Ohm's law. This is one of the most important part of current electricity. So Ohm's law is basically the relationship between electric current and electric potential. In 1826, George Ohm proposed this law to establish a relation between the current and the electric potential. According to Ohm's law, at a constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference between the two ends. Not only conductor means it can be an electric circuit also. So there are two ends of electric circuit, positive and negative. There is always a potential difference V, and this V is proportional to the current flowing in the conductor, that is I. V is proportional to the current I when the condition is when the temperature is constant. So in bracket you have to mention this, that when temperature is constant. So then V varies as I. So remove to remove this proportional sign, we have to take a constant, that is K. V is equal to Ki. K is the proportional constant of Ohm's law. So V, the relation, mathematical form of Ohm's law is V is equal to Ki. So when I will increase, this term will decrease. So electric potential difference will be decreased when I will increase. Again, when suppose about this, look at this value, when I will increase, K will decrease, because this is always constant, V voltage is always constant. So when current will increase, K will decrease, and when current will decrease, K will increase. So K is basically such one thing that is in against the current. When I want to increase, K is decreased, and when I want to decrease, K is increased. So this is actually the resistance that is offered in the electric circuit. So this is resistance, so we can replace it by R. K is replaced by R. So the mathematical form of Ohm's law is V is equal to IR, where R is basically the resistance. In every electrical circuit, there is a term known as resistance. The function of this term is to oppose the electric current. So resistance is basically, resistance do not help the current to pass through in the conductor, So it always try to resist the current to pass through the conductor. The resistance, the SI unit of resistance, you have to know. SI unit of resistance is Ohm, 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 or the symbol is, this is the symbol of Ohm, that is, this symbol is known as omega. Omega is the symbol of resistance. Suppose 5 ohm, 2 ohm, when the resistance is more, suppose in an electrical circuit, the resistance is more, so what will happen? The current will be decreased because the resistance is more, and if the current resistance is less, so it will be smooth for the current to pass through the conductor. Where in 5 ohm, the current will decrease for the same voltage. For a same voltage, when the current is, when the resistance is 5 ohm, current is less. When the resistance is 2 ohm, current is more in the electrical circuit. So this is all about the concept of resistance. So as we learned the concept of resistance, there is also another concept, that is conductance. So resistance basically opposes the current, and conductance basically helps the current to pass through the conductor. So conductance is, function of conductance is just opposite of resistance. So the reciprocal of resistance is known as conductance. Conductance is equal to 1 by R, the reciprocal of resistance, and the conductance term itself denotes that it helps in conductivity of current. So it helps in conduction. So SI unit of this conductance is mho, 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 or Ohm inverse. Ohm is the unit of resistance, the reciprocal of this Ohm inverse, or mho. This unit is very, very important. Unit of conductance is very, very important. So next, this is the graphical representation of Ohm's law. Graphical representation of Ohm's law. Graphs related to Ohm's law. In Ohm's law, we have seen that when V is constant, the relationship of V, I and R, we have discussed it, but suppose there is the proportional relation. I mean to say, V and I, these are the plotting. Suppose V is, when V is 100, I is 50, when V is 60, I is 20. So this must be half, so I is 30. When V is 40, I is 20. So we can see here that as V is decreasing, I is also decreasing. Similarly, we can say that as V is increasing, I is also increasing. So there is a proportional relation and the graph will be a straight line between I and V. So this is the graphical representation of Ohm's law, which always give us a straight line. And this V by I, in each case you can see that V by I is always constant. 100 by 50 is equal to 2, 60 by 30 is equal to 2, 40 by 20 is equal to also 2. So V by I is equal to always a constant term, that is actually according to Ohm's law V is equal to IR. So V by I is actually R, that is the resistance which is always constant for an electrical circuit. This is the graphical representation, and this is another representation of Ohm's law, graph of Ohm's law, which denotes, look here, there are two temperatures given. One graph is for temperature T1 and another graph is of temperature T2. Because as temperature is more, here T2 is more than T1. Temperature is more, the resistance of the substances, resistance of the conductors are also more. So there are basically two graphs for these two temperatures. So for a particular conductor, suppose silver conductor, in two temperature you will get two different result. V and I, the result of Ohm's law will be different for two different temperatures. That's why there are two different straight lines. Okay, this is all about Ohm's law.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.